I was born in the Dominican Republic, December 16, 1991. My mom and dad met in the beginning of their freshman year in high school and soon got married at the age of 19 in 1982. My sisters and I were all raised in a small pueblo called Santiago de los Caballeros. Being the youngest in the family, I didn't understand why my parents weren't financially stable. My mom worked 2 jobs and my dad worked 2 jobs as well, so we didn't really get to see my mother a lot, or my father, but she left us in my grandmother's house and my grandmother would take care of us. When I was 7 years old, my parents started working at a cigar factory in the Dominican Republic, but it was really hard for them because they weren't making enough money. At the age of 7, I was diagnosed with diabetes. The money that my parents were making at the cigar factory wasn't enough to afford my medication. My dad decided to leave us in the Dominican Republic and came to the United States of America. He was determined to find a better job and bring my mom and myself and my sisters to America. It was hard not seeing my dad for 2 years. My mom, my sisters, and I packed everything up and came to the United States of America. That was when I was 9 years old. It was amazing. The people were different, the weather was different, the buildings were different, and I just couldn't wait to see my father and give him a big hug. Despite not knowing any English, our first visit was to the hospital. Right away, we needed help and medication for my diabetes. I was feeling scared. I didn't understand not one word the doctor was telling me. It was hard for my mom to communicate and tell the doctor what was wrong with me, but eventually we got help. After getting help, which was my parents' purpose, my mom enrolled me in a school called PS7. It was an elementary school 5 minutes away from the studio apartment we lived in. My first reaction entering the classroom was fear. Fear that I wouldn't get accepted, or fear that the kids would make fun of me because of my English. I was scared of the kids. I was put in an ESL classroom. Schoolwork was very hard for me to understand. I wasn't the best student, but tried my best to stay after class and get help. I was referred to by my teacher to get help in learning English, to improve my grades. That was a difficult challenge. But everything soon changed. My dad was earning money working as a cab driver, which helped him build his English more. And my mom enrolled herself in college. She was going part-time to earn her associate's degree in becoming a registered nurse and developing her English as well, while we were at school. My parents were extremely happy for me. I graduated 5th grade after having to repeat it because of my poor English, but I was ecstatic and felt so accomplished. After all the hard work my family and I went through, coming to America for the first time wasn't easy, but we made it together as a family. Each of us are now accomplished today. My mom works as a registered nurse. My parents' English improved tremendously. My sister recently graduated college, and my other sister is a branch manager at one of the most well-known banks. As for me, I feel much more accomplished, making friends, currently in college, and coming to America was the best decision for us.